Hello and welcome to another video. We got another Lekato pedal. Lekato is sponsoring this. Today we're taking a look at the Black Tank Distortion pedal. So as you can probably tell, I did get a haul of these. Got a couple of them that we're taking a look at here. So again, tiny little box, same thing as the Screamer Overdrive, once again, named for your mother. I did a video on that if you want to check that out. Pretty cool stuff. So there we go, another mini pedal. This one looks pretty metal, I gotta say. Black, I mean, it literally is made of metal. These little Lekato pedals are very affordable, very inexpensive. I think these are about 30 to 40 bucks, and I'm hoping with a distortion, it'll probably be pretty good. So what do we got here? We got turn it on there, powered by 9-volt power up there. It looks very much the same as the overdrive we looked at. You have the distortion knob here, so the amount of distortion you get. You have a level, a filter, not a tone this time, a filter, and then a switch up here that switches you between the vintage and turbo mode. So looks really cool on the surface, but looks are only part of what makes a pedal great. Let's go ahead and plug it in and see what the Black Tank Distortion by Lekato sounds like. So thank you once again, Lekato, for sending out the Black Tank Distortion for us to check out. Links are in the description, as always. And before we get into it, please make sure you subscribe. Helps the channel greatly. Here's our setup really quickly, because I know somebody's going to ask. So the guitar, Donner DST 700. Got a video on this if you want to go check that out. Really nice guitar. Really like this thing. I've got my Black Star 212 cabinet mic'd up with an SM57. For the amp head, we're going to be using my Joyo Bantamp Zombie 2. And we've got the Lekato pedal down there running straight into the front of the Joyo Zombie 2. Recording into Reaper using the MOVO Phantom interface. Here's our bass clean tone. Pretty good. Let's go ahead and engage the the Black Tank Distortion. Now, I do have it level matched to match the clean tone and everything, so it doesn't blow our ears out or it's not super quiet. But other than that, everything's starting at noon, and we're starting on the vintage setting, so up on that little switch above the big white knob. So I really dig that. It's a pretty clean, like, not clean, but that's a pretty, like, usable distortion tone. I really, really like that. Let's go ahead and flip to the turbo mode. Again, everything else is at noon aside from the level. So this is just flipping the turbo down. Noticeably louder. So it's a different sound, but it is still very, very usable. I really like that. All of the strings are ringing through very clearly. I'm very impressed. Again, this pedal's like 30, 40 bucks, something like that. Let's mess with the filter knob, which is this knob right here. Let's turn it all the way up, because that's always the fun part, is just to turn knobs all the way up. Very dark. Still in the turbo setting. Any key. That's my policy in these demos. Let's turn the filter knob all the way to the left, so down to 0. And let's put it back into the, what is that, vintage setting. Let's put it back in the vintage setting. So kind of brittle. You're getting more of that high-end fizz. Very cutting, so if it's you need it for a solo or something, or just like you want that really brittle tone, that'll do it. Now, am I saying brittle in a bad way? Absolutely not. It is a very usable tone. There is a use for it. I'm very impressed with this thing though so far. Like, honest to God, really impressed. Let's check out the neck pickup here and just see what it sounds like with its really brittle setting. Very nasally sounding. If I can play today. Super impressed with this pedal. Let's put the filter back to mid like that, and let's crank that distortion on the vintage mode. Then we'll keep it cranked on the turbo mode, and I think that's really all we'll be able to do with it. But let's see what it sounds like cranked on the vintage set. So you do get a lot more added with that knob. So it's a pretty, I guess, sensitive knob. Lots of gain on tap, which I guess for a distortion pedal makes sense. Now let's flip to the turbo mode. Again, this is probably about as maxed out in the gain as you can get. Turbo mode, distortion knob, all the way up. Let's get ready for some absolute mud. Actually pretty clear. So, surprisingly, I thought that that was just going to be like a big, nasty, muddy mess, but that was actually very, very usable. I would probably mess with the filter a little bit, maybe turn it more towards the left, clean it up just a little bit, but that's why that's there. So, I gotta say, the Black Tank Distortion by Lekato checks out. Sincerely, it does. This is a really nice pedal. And if you're looking, again, to make a small pedal board, like a portable pedal board, I mean, this is something that you should consider putting on there. I mean, it's got gain on gain on gain on it. It is really nice, and it sounds really good. Again, this is about as maxed out as you can get. And you're still getting a lot of clarity out of it. I mean, again, it's a little muddy. You could probably mess with the filter. In fact, let's do that. Let's maybe dial that filter back like that and see what that does. Yeah, see, absolutely, it clears it up. So leads will cut through. You're gonna get all of the notes in the chords, even those big, like, stacked chords. Very, very impressive. I highly recommend this pedal. Like, I'm actually blown away by that. This is going to be in addition to I have a pedal board that's got a bunch of little pedals on it. That joker right there is going on it. That's a really nice pedal, and you should go pick one up. Again, they're like 30 or 40 bucks. There's a link in the description. Thank you, Lekato, for sending that out. That is a really, really good pedal. Check out the link in the description. Pick one up. My name's Jonathan. Thank you for watching this video. Please make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.